Don't think of jelly donuts. I know that's a weird title for a class. This is really more of a mindset class to just help you with how we can train our brain for thinking more positively. And this may just be something that helps you switch from being in that place of being a little frustrated or defeated or tired. And learning how to switch your mindset is really, really powerful. And I'm hoping that this class will help do that for you, to help you be able to learn how to switch your brain and make those choices to move from thinking around things that maybe you don't want to be thinking to moving to more positive and actionable way. So here we go. A goal without a plan is just a wish. So we can have goals all the time. And sometimes we get excited about a goal and we get caught up in too much of the minutia. So that's where a plan is really valuable. An overall plan with being open to other opportunities to help us guide us towards our goal and our vision of what that goal means for our life. And that when you have a plan, it becomes much more than just, oh, I hope someday, because hope is not a plan. So we want to put something together, surround yourself with people that can help you achieve your goal, and you'll be surprised at how fast you'll be able to achieve it. We're going to talk about a few things from my book, the chapter called Don't Think of Jelly Donuts, Does the Audio Match the Video, Day Before Vacation Syndrome, and Perseverance. Fortune Cookie Leadership is a book I wrote in 2017, and it is a memory of my mom. My mom was the queen of the one-liners. And she tended to parent and also teach other teachers with these little one-liners. I have my own one-liners, and my daughter actually accused me of parenting like a fortune cookie. So that's where the name came from. There are 52 chapters, one for each week of the year. Can be used as something for yourself, as a bit of a rallying cry for the week. If you lead a team, you can share that with them as a bit of motivation and inspiration. So the one-liner, the story where the one-liner originated, and then the lesson for your business or your life is at the end of the chapter. So let's get going. Don't think of jelly donuts. This is really around a concept of that our brain thinks in pictures. So when I say don't think of jelly donuts, what happens? We automatically go to jelly donuts, maybe with an X through it. This is what happens when we set goals in the negative. I hear this all the time when people are looking for new opportunities, a new relationship, health goals. And so instead of saying, I want to eat really healthy foods, I'm going to eat lean meats and fresh fruits and vegetables, people say, I don't want to eat junk food. I don't want to eat jelly donuts. And what happens? Our brain sees these pictures. Our brain is so good at filtering out information that whatever we tell our brain to see, it will see. The brain is not programmed to see in the negative. Our brain is programmed to see whatever we tell it to see. Think of it like the genie in the bottle and how this works to create this energy in our mind. This concept really came about through the book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you don't know the story of Napoleon Hill and the book Think and Grow Rich, the book is almost 90 years old. And the book has been around for a very long time and is basically the beginning of all of the professional development, personal development you see today. Masterminds are in Think and Grow Rich. Vision boards are in Think and Grow Rich. Having a place in your head where you go to get creative and to visualize things is in Think and Grow Rich. It's called the workshop. There are so many different programs out there, retreats and seminars and wonderful programs on there that are all designed around Think and Grow Rich. And that book is one of my favorite books. I have it on audio. I tend to listen to it when I run because I figure while I'm running, I'm listening to some mindset things, helping me to think better and clearer. And amazingly, I have a better run by having this experience. I have used a lot of the concepts in the book, sometimes before I read the book. And then after reading the book, I got a little bit better on some of these mindset things. The Think and Grow Rich book actually was because Napoleon Hill spent about 20 years interviewing some of the 500 most successful people in the world in his time. And what happened was that he found out that the same thing that made all of them successful was around mindset and how to train your brain. and we can learn from those people's experience, as along with the experience of Napoleon Hill himself, some amazing, cool things that happen. And then what starts to happen is that your brain starts to work the way you tell it to. And our brain is like a magnet. So we've got to be a little careful where we point that brain, because we are all interconnected. This is the concept when you're thinking of somebody and then suddenly they call you or text you. And it's so weird. I was just thinking about you. And the concept really is, it isn't weird. We are connected. We know that. We know that in our soul, that when we have sympathy and empathy for somebody else, it's because we know that we're connected. We know that our shared experiences can actually connect us with vulnerability, and our shared ideas or even differing ideas really can connect us as well. And it's a great opportunity to honor yourself by honoring others, because we are all part of the same community. So being really careful around what we point our brain towards to help us with mindset is super, super valuable. I said our brain is a lot like the Google machine, like I like to call it. So when we type something into Google, it searches. And sometimes we type in the wrong word, or there's a misspelling, or my finger hit a different letter on the keyboard, and it Googles it. And I was like, well, that's not what I was looking for at all. And so when we're in the Google part of our brain, you can actually tell your brain to search things. There's a part of our brain called the reticular activating system, and it is a way that we can help filter information. Our subconscious mind is picking up everything around us, and our conscious mind has to filter. It's too much data. So our conscious mind has this reticular activating system, and we tell our brain what to search for, what to find. If you get up in the morning and stub your toe first thing in the morning, there are generally two responses. One is, oh, I knew it. It's going to be a terrible day. And guess what? You tell your brain, go find some of the terrible things that are going to happen today. And terrible things and terrible things. And guess what? You have a terrible day. Or you can stub your toe in the morning and go, oh, that hurt. All right, I got all the yucky stuff out now, early. Whew, thank goodness. The rest of my day is going to be amazing. And you tell your brain subconsciously to go find all the amazing, fantastic things that are going to happen in your day. How cool is that? We have the choice to decide how we're going to respond when something bad happens. We also have the choice to respond when something good happens, and be really, really careful of what we say out loud. What we say out loud has so much power, and it's important, even the things we're saying just in our minds to ourselves, we got to be careful with that as well. Because whatever we tell our brain to go find, it will. The reticular activating system will do the thing when you buy a new car, like, oh, nobody drives blue cars. And all of a sudden you're driving on the road and all of a sudden you see a blue car over there, a blue car over there, a blue car over there. Ladies suddenly seem to find other pregnant ladies when they're pregnant. Like, oh, how come everybody in the street seems to be pregnant? Well, it's that thing that happens when you are looking for, whether it's furniture, whether it's new clothes, whether it's shoes. It's all of a sudden everybody is having those things that you are looking for yourself. And it seems so weird. It isn't. It is the way that we are telling our brain how to filter for information that's important to us. And we always find what we're looking for. The question that we get in real estate a lot, particularly realtors, loan officers get this as well, or some variants of it. How's the market? We have the opportunity to help create the mindset around the market for ourselves as well as for the client. How we talk to each other in the industry, how we talk to ourselves in the privacy of our own homes, and how we talk to client about the market is really, really important. My answer to how's the market is it depends. Are you buying or selling? And a lot of times people say, oh, I'm just curious. Awesome. Let's schedule an appointment. Because where are you curious? Are you curious about where you're living now? Are you curious about a market where you might want to move? Are you curious for yourself? Are you curious for somebody important to you? Real estate is the most important financial decision of most people's lives. It is the largest indicator of generational wealth, is owning a home. And so we want to be very serious about this question. How's the market is really cool, that we're in a sales job where people, even strangers, will walk up to us and talk to us about our business. That's awesome. I used to sell copiers in Honolulu when I couldn't pronounce the street names. Nobody ever asked me at a party, how's the copier market? How boring. Talking about how's the market is a deeply, deeply personal question. And we need to honor it that way. We need to honor it as people's largest financial investment. And then it is not just a cocktail party conversation. It's a conversation that is deeply personal and can have massive ripple effects inside of personal wealth and generational wealth. So how's the market is an opportunity for you to schedule an appointment. If every time somebody asks you, how's the market, you have in your mind, I need to schedule an appointment with them. Even if it's a 15-minute appointment the next day to talk on the phone about specifically what they're looking to do, understanding what options are available. There are opportunities in every real estate market. What is the opportunity for you? And what is the opportunity for your clients? And make sure you are constantly being that voice of opportunities and positivity, because then you will attract it. Does the audio match the video? So if you are talking about opportunities and what is the opportunity for you and for your clients, are you aligning with that as well? Your actions will demonstrate your commitment. If you're truly committed to creating opportunities for you and your clients, then your actions need to back that up. It's the same thing with when you are committed to getting healthier. Is your audio matching the video? Are you really eating healthy fruits and vegetables, or are you having the jelly donut? What is aligning together? And yes, nobody's perfect. We all have moments of weakness, and we fall into old habits, and it's just the recommit. Okay, I'm recommitting. All right, I got off track a little bit. I'm going to recommit today. Hey, it happens. And recommit and make sure that your actions will demonstrate the commitment that you've made today. Even sometimes I have those moments, I get halfway through the day and I'm like, I'm not really committed to doing what I said I was going to do. Time to regroup, time to recommit. Let's rally, let's make this happen. And then your actions will demonstrate that commitment. It is obvious to you and it's obvious to those watching you. One of the greatest statements that we make about ourselves and around our mindset is around the phrase, I am. Be so careful what you say about yourself, because everything you speak about yourself, at some level, you are speaking into existence. I hear a lot of people say things that are really derogatory about themselves. We call those a throwaway comment. Why would you say something about yourself? I used to do the same thing, and sometimes I catch myself doing it as well. I'm always a couple minutes late. I am not organized. I am not focused. And so it would give me some sort of excuse for not reaching my goals. And I was like, why would I say something like that about myself? Why did I say I'm always on time? And even if it's one of those things that I'm working towards that goal, if it's something I'm saying to myself, I actually have a list of things that are on my bathroom mirror of my I am statements to help me stay focused on this vision of myself that I am, and that I am on time, and that I am focused, and that I am possible to create anything I want for my life. And so you have that as well. You have that power to say, I am, and speak it into existence. Hey, and if it's not into existence today, maybe it's something you say to yourself, or you remind your inner circle that this is a goal that you're working towards and you're bringing forth this part of who you are to be successful. Be really, really careful about what you say about yourself, and have those people closest to you step up and help you be accountable to the languaging that we all say about ourselves, because it is so powerful, because you are worth the best. We've got to really be careful about what goes into our mind. And that's what I'm saying, even things that we say about ourselves, things that we're watching on TV, movies. I know for me, one time I was taking my daughter to high school and she and I were listening to rap. And there were some swear words in the rap. And I grew up listening to NWA and Eazy-E, and I was really comfortable with that kind of language, and it was fine. And then after I dropped off at high school, I went off to a business meeting and realized that I was swearing in the business meeting. And I was like, and it was a group of people I knew, and still was like, why am I swearing in a business meeting like this? And I knew exactly where it came from. I was listening to this music and singing along and having the swear words in my mind, and it absolutely came right out of my mouth. So it's really important to not only be a filter with things like music. Are you watching the news? The news is set up to sell fear. That's how they sell advertising. Nobody is going to watch the news when it says a family sat down and had a nice dinner together. Film at 11. Man walks dog. Film at 11. People went swimming today and nothing happened. That's not going to sell advertising. So they're going to sensationalize things to get you to watch. And yes, sometimes they do put on happy stories. Most of the time, the leading news story is something really scary. So making sure that you are protecting yourself, you can be informed without having to necessarily watch the news. I know a lot of people stopped watching the news and now will read the news instead of watching any sort of videos and things like that. Also, be careful on social media. Are you participating in some of the negative languaging? And what's important to you about that? There is a component of FOMO. Sometimes when you're looking at the fear of missing out, that can actually motivate you. Oh, I wish I was out skiing. I wish I was traveling to Europe. Hey, instead of making it a wish or a little sadness, how about creating that FOMO into something that you want and creating a goal out of it and then get positive about it? You can actually use those things as a motivator to create a goal for yourself and to move things forward. Just be really careful about what goes into your mind. What are you reading? What are you listening to? What are you watching? What games are you playing? And who is influencing you the most? We are the compilation of the 5 people we spend the most time with on a regular basis. So be very careful about that as well. You're going to make mistakes. We talked about this before. Sometimes you're going to commit to doing all the things and getting your mindset right and getting focused on the pictures of the positive outcome. And we're going to make mistakes. Sometimes we're going to break our word, and just being very careful to have little tiny breaks of the word and then recommit. Because if you are making strides, that means you're doing something. And failure is a great teacher. Failure is awesome. We learned at school not to fail, and that's actually wrong. We need to learn to fail and learn from it and get better and better and better. So keep making mistakes. This is where an accountability partner can come in, can call us out on these things. Whether you hire a coach like me, whether you have an accountability partner, you have a friend. Sometimes it's kids. I had my kids help me with a weight loss program several years ago, and they were masters of accountability. My son used to take me out for walks if I hadn't been for a walk that day. Having your goals, understanding why those goals are important to you, and then the accountability piece is that really it's helping somebody else. If I share my goals with you and then you never ask me about them, why did I bother sharing them with you in the first place? And vice versa. If I just said, "Oh, I don't want to have an accountability partner because I don't want to feel like I'm checking somebody's homework." Okay, well, when the teacher was checking your homework, was her or his purpose to call you out and to make you feel bad? Or was the purpose of checking your homework to make sure that you understood the material so you could move on to the second grade? And a great accountability partner knows why your goals are important to you and wants to help you, like you would help them, to get their goals and celebrate and have a party. Woohoo! Let's have some fun. So this is how we can help you. It's holding you accountable. Hey, I'm just noticing that you had said you were going to go running twice this week and it's Friday. Have you gone running this week? Hey, maybe let's go running together. Or where are you going to go running? Where's a cool place near you to go running? So accountability really means love and that I care about you, your goals, and what your goals mean to you. Now, if you want to be the picture of efficiency, go on vacation. We've all had that experience where you plan a vacation and the phone rings and business is coming and it's like, wait, what happens? Well, here's the trick. Go on vacation more. It's actually like this little busy bee and go ahead and get some things done. And what I mean by go on vacation more is absolutely sure, plan vacations. I actually know a real estate agent in the San Francisco area who she would plan her entire year around her vacations. At the beginning of the year, she would block out about every 8 weeks or so when she was going on vacation. So she would go on vacation for 10 days or 2 weeks, come back and have another 6 weeks to be work, 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 and then go back on vacation again. And it was really interesting how she did that because when she was on, she was on. And when she was off, she was off. And she had this great balance in her life. And she was focused when she was in work mode because, hey, I only got 6 weeks to create all this business opportunity. And then I'm going back on vacation. Sometimes another way to create this busy bee experience is to leave early. When I was running a large real estate office, I used to leave the office at 2 o'clock 3 days a week to go pick up my kids. What was really interesting about that is I would get in early, like by 7:30, and then I would leave by 2. I was the master of efficiency. I got a lot done before the office really opened up, was very specific on which activities I would do during the day because I knew I had to be out the door at 2 o'clock to go pick up my kids. Nobody else was picking up my kids. So I had to really be focused and on it. And so you might do that for yourself. Maybe a couple of days a week, you're going to go for that run. You're going to go meet a friend for a cup of coffee. You're going to take a class. You're going to learn a new language or art. Whatever it is for you, go on vacation and see how more effective and efficient you can actually be. So take more vacation. And at the end of the day, we've got to persevere. This is a cross outside of Santa Clara University where my mom, my grandfather, my sister, and a lot of my cousins all went to Santa Clara. There's a cross out front that says, "He that shall persevere to the end, he shall be saved." And it's really around perseverance towards your goals. And whatever those goals are for you, wherever your head is today, I hope you can persevere and know that you have the opportunity to switch your mindset. That if you're having a day where it's really frustrating, or even a week or a month that's a little frustrating, that the jelly donuts concept is that we can switch our mindset. We can switch the picture in our mind because your goals and your life and who you are absolutely worth it. Never give up on yourself, your goals, and your dreams. Always be willing to go and do what you can do to kick that football and be really present with the vision you're creating with yourself, the mindset that you have around creating this space where you can be successful and get after your goals because they and you are worth it. So start doing, get out there and create action, make mistakes, recommit, and restart the process to keep going because this is your opportunity to shine. If you have additional questions or coaching information, go to my website, coachkatie.com. Thanks so much and make it a great day.